Hello and welcome back to Just for Today. I'm Jamal Normie.
Hey, I'm Miranda, the recovering addict.
And today we're going to talk about our Laughlin trip. Importance of relaxation. First thing though, we have scripture.
Today's scripture comes from Exodus 33:14. My presence will go with you and I will give you rest.
That makes sense. We gotta be with us always, but sometimes we gotta relax. It's like everything's always on the go. Like if I work, it was like there's so much stuff going on in my work and different rotations and the idea of how the casino industry thinks things are supposed to work, and church, like we're a small church and everybody has a lot of ideas, but it's like constant. I think people forget that people have lives to live,
But you're supposed to lead a godly life, so...
Godly life? That doesn't mean you always have to be doing something.
You're supposed to work for God, though.
I don't think God made us to be working 24/7.
Many moments later.
So yeah, we have to have the off time to live life.
Just like unload.
Yeah, to unload and everything else. And it's just, I don't know. You just gotta take time out. Work hard, play hard, and you can do things, being Christians, being sober, you can still have fun. There's things you can do. So we decided to go to Laughlin for our 1 week. We took a week off, it's a couple days. We went to Laughlin.
Which is like a mini version of Vegas.
It
reminds me of like what downtown Fremont Street was back in the day. Everybody's nice.
Everybody's super nice. People's randomly saying hi.
But that's how you're supposed to be.
I agree. The city
that's how
life.
I am. Anybody that walks by, you say hi.
Yeah.
You make eye contact with somebody and then they get nervous and just turn away. It's like I'm making eye contact so I can say good morning.
Yeah. But I always wonder about places like that. Like it's not big enough to sustain. Like what do people do for their jobs? Like you're working for just on, it's like, let's say the strip of Vegas, and that's all that you have?
No, I'm sure there's outskirts too. Just like I remember when I was little and we used to come visit Vegas, and I'm like, I'm thinking like the people who work in the casinos live at the casinos, not realizing there's 7-Elevens, there's Walmarts, there's, and it expands. But people, that's what they do for work. They go to the casinos, there's restaurants, there's shopping centers,
Mm-hmm.
There has to be schools out there.
There has to be. I didn't see much of anything.
That's like saying we're going to see a school on the strip. You're not going to see a school.
But when you're driving into Vegas, you can see the entire town.
But I think we were coming from...
the mountains, high up.
Yeah, and I think further out, it must have been more properties, more communities.
Many moments later.
I just wonder, and even on the way there, these small little areas,
yeah, Searchlight.
How do they even?
It's literally you're on the freeway going 60, 65, and then it's nope, slow down to 25 on the freeway, and it's literally a chunk of road. That's this little town.
Yeah,
they have
a
small
motel,
casino. Yeah,
it's haunted.
And I want to go pick their brains. I just want to go do a documentary on what do you do?
Yeah, for anything, for fun.
But they probably live. There are people who would live and drive an hour to come to work there. Like the person that was working at that beef jerky place. She had a phone. She was on her phone. I'm sure she probably lived in Laughlin somewhere. Which, by the way,
that place is suspect.
Beef jerky is really expensive.
Yeah, it's $15 there per bag.
I know,
3 bags for $42. That has to be a front.
Small.
That's what they do.
Well, they had to. I'm sure everything's gone up in price, right?
Yeah, always in front.
Jerky's always expensive, but I think I remember being $9 to $10 a bag back in the day. Yeah.
So what did you think of Laughlin? What did you think of the trip?
It was a good turnout. I always get nervous going on vacations with A, Jamal, and B, Ariana. Just because there's just, and throw me in the mix. There's always going to be some kind of meltdown or attitude or whatever, So I'm just being honest. I don't get my expectations. I don't get excited for vacations because I just never know how it's going to be. And that's just how it's always been my whole life. my vacations have always been failures. Like something always goes wrong. Like, yeah. So I guess because I didn't have that expectation, and because we made it like a short visit, you know, we didn't spend like a whole week out there. It limited the amount of you know, negative things that could have happened. But it was good. It was fun.
I think it's a good amount of time. 2 days. When it's
3 days. Yeah.
When I have to deal with both of you guys at the same time. For 2
Stuck
days.
in one room. Yeah.
Because you guys are exactly like each other. And because they're exactly like each other, they clash a lot. And then
We butt heads a lot.
Ooh, that's understated.
I know.
Oh man.
And it's
Yeah.
hard.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
This wasn't too bad this time.
I know. I'm comparing it to last year's vacation when we went camping, and you forgot the tent. Like, that was a disaster.
That was a disaster.
Disaster. Oh my
but
god.
you guys were you guys a headache? You guys weren't a headache then.
She had her moments.
You both had moments.
No, she just has her normal I'm spoiled breakdown type of like thing.
But good. I think that all goes back though to co-parents or like parenting in different houses. Like you go to one place and then you start to meld a mind, and then it's like go to the other place.
But not only that, just in general, the way, and we talked about this before, like Isaac and Ariana, like I was more of a single mom in the beginning with Isaac, so like I had a good, a good hands on him. With Ariana, like I had the co-parenting, so I laxed a lot. And I think, and plus we've always bumped heads because our personalities, I think, are so much the same. So we've always bumped heads, and I just like, would just get so frustrated and irritated, and I let her dad take over. So he's a strong-headed one in that relationship, and I'm like picking up the pieces that on my fault for not putting more strain on her.
Yeah.
And we're so much alike.
Yeah. And when you have kids, you have to really instill things into them and have them see you as authority figure, blah, blah, blah. When they're little,
and
like
I didn't
babies.
do that with Ariana.
Yeah.
Like I didn't.
Yeah. So it's very, she thinks she's on her level a lot of the times. Like, she thinks she's like another adult.
Yeah.
Being able to say whatever, and there's a lot of minds and eyes.
Yeah.
But
so considering all of that, I mean, the trip was pretty good.
it was good, honestly. I think it was pretty fun.
My favorite part was the jet skis. I'm so scared.
Yeah.
I've never been on jet skis before.
Yeah, that was.
It's like when the guy was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have you watch a little video," and then he's like explaining, the rules, and just like, like if you fall off, do this, if you fall off, and I'm like, oh my god, like I wasn't prepared for all of the warnings that they gave you. I'm just thinking, oh, you're on the water, you're on a jet ski, and you just go, right? Not like
you're on a machine.
You gotta watch out for the taxis. You gotta watch out for the taxis.
There's a bunch of other people.
Look around, make sure you're not gonna hit another, jet ski, and like over here there's a speed limit, so slow down. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Like, we had two, so he was driving one and I was driving one, and I was like, you take Ariana, because I'm like paranoid now at this point of like flipping over. I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do if I flip over?
Yeah.
I was like that first 10 minutes, I was scared. Like it wasn't even fun because I was just too worried about turning and flipping over.
It's all scary for me. At first we were gonna do 3. It's a 3-seater, but the more people you have on there drastically changes the
he's like 3.
effect of I'm glad he talked us out of it, because if it was 3, I don't think it would have been fun. It would have been a hassle, and then they wanted to do 2 hours, 4 hours, full day, and it's like hour and a half. It's more than enough time to just enjoy, because you're just going back and forth on the river. I mean, it's not much you can't really be by each other either, because of current waves and things like that.
The hard way.
Yeah. But also having it's like, so I ride a motorcycle. Well, I used to before. So So I'm used to riding on a motorcycle, and then when you have somebody else riding with you, it's that much harder, especially when they're leaning and things like that, because it can mess up the, where you're going and everything like that. So we'd be going and then hit a wave, and then sometimes I'd feel a weight on my back, or got really quiet because she'll be screaming, and then it's like, did I lose you, or anything like that.
Ready for this? You sure? Back to normal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that was fun. That was an experience.
Yeah.
Do you ever think though? So Ariana's gonna go to Hawaii. Do you ever think about though? Like, this is another reason. Like, you're not experiencing first time things, and vice versa. Like on his end, does that ever cross your mind at all or anything? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it crosses my mind, but then I realize like there's gonna be first times with me though.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying vice versa. That just sucks. Like, having kids.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you don't think about. When you're wanting to be in passion and just wanting to have your little boyfriend or girlfriend. We're watching Selena, and the dad on there is very strict and everything, but at the same time, I kind of get what he's saying. But I mean, at the same time, I don't. Have a balance. There should be a balance. I agree.
Like, she couldn't even go to the movies. She couldn't even live her own life. Don't get me started.
I know. But you mess around, you have a kid, and you're young, and then you're stuck.
Right, but she was 21, so
she's an adult.
Right.
So she make her own decisions. But I don't know. There should be a balance. It's hard. He's over, but I get where he's coming from also at the same time. Your kid's gonna grow up one day, but you can protect him for as long as you can.
This is just making me realize how I we never did fun things. Mm-hmm. I was never really adventurous. So I was a homebody, did stuff locally. Yeah. I'm not an outdoorsy person. Never went on the water, never went hiking, never went camping.
Yeah.
Sites. And there's learning experiences in those.
Yeah. I agree. But at the same time, some of the things, you protected it, there's a level of protection in there. So, but it's good experience. Get some experiences.
We need to make a trip to Mexico next year.
I don't know about going out of the country though.
Why?
Because have you seen Breakdown Palace? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not trying to have that happen.
You got no struggle. You're not gonna try and.
Words?
What's that word?
I don't know what you're trying to think of.
Not snuggle. Oh my god, what's it called when you sneak in drugs? In another country.
Smuggle? Not snuggle. No. I don't think that's what happened in that. I think that they ended up in prison for something that they didn't do or something.
I remember, that was a good movie though. It was a true story.
Yeah, exactly. Anything like that, or Taken, or Hostel. I don't want to get.
Oh my gosh.
I like my organs.
That's what always, stuff like that, paranoia and overthink, that's always held me back. And it's you're missing, we're already almost in our 40s. How much life experience outside of this little bubble have we had? Have I had?
Not a lot. I just don't. To a certain extent. I mean, I would go to Cancun or something. I would, but it's not. If I died and didn't go, it wouldn't be super
I think I'm at the point where I want to
we should go do something.
That's on my bucket list.
But there's issues with that too, though, because you travel places you haven't had to deal with racism really. Mm-hmm. You start to go to some of these places that Niagara Falls, which is in Utah or Idaho or something. you haven't experienced that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So is that holding you back?
Sometimes it's like I want to drive across country, or whatever, get to the middle areas and, I'm trying to go missing.
Still blows my mind.
It blows my mind. We're in 2021 and that's still an issue. But let's talk about you hitting on people in the pool. Why are you hitting on people, right? Tell us why you're hitting on people.
It was pretty. I was in the pool with Ariana and this guy was just asking about my. He was asking about my I had a little plastic thing for my phone. He's like, "How's that working out for you?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just told him, and then he was with his daughter, and we were playing with the circle things. But I still got it. Maybe if I had a ring on, maybe I wouldn't get hit on.
Do you not have a ring?
I did not have a ring at the pool. No, I did not.
Why would you have it in the pool? Like, you're supposed to have it in the pool? I don't think you're supposed to. Say, ooh-wee. You still talk about a ring, and you have a ring on your finger. Show them the ring.
No, my nails aren't done.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Boozy. You ever heard of stranger danger?
He had his daughter. We were in a public place with, like, a bunch of people.
Why is she on her back? That girl can't swim? That girl can't swim.
And why weren't you at the pool to protect me?
Because it was hot.
Well, there you go. So
I don't like being around a bunch of people.
I know.
The water was green.
That's another thing.
From pee.
Like, you're so, like, if there's more than 3 people around, he's not doing it. Like, you get irritated, you get frustrated. Like,
I don't like people. I don't like people that I like. My time is precious.
I think that's funny, like, me growing up, me being, like, introverted and have anxiety in public places, and it was legit, like, I'd have physical reactions being around people, and now, you gotta grow up.
I'm grown up. I've done all this.
Right.
Been there, done that.
So then, like, if you're going with your family, like, just...
I would go do the things that my family's doing.
Like, ignore, like, that's what I do now, to where, like, if I'm in a public and there's a lot of people, instead of me getting anxiety or whatever, like, I just focus on, it's just me and Ariana.
But I don't get anxiety, though. I just don't do things I don't like doing. If there's something I can spend my time on that I think is better than that, then yeah.
So coming down to the pool with me and Ariana is not fun for you.
No, it's sun, it's heat. I don't like being in the heat at all. I live in Vegas and I stay indoors during the summer. I don't like being in the heat.
You don't go out.
I don't like
sundown.
being in a pool where kids are peeing. The water was green.
It wasn't. It was
turquoise.
It was just a little cloudy. It wasn't green.
Suspect. Yeah, I don't like that. Like, if
your immune system.
No, that gets in your mouth. That's so gross. So if we go to my mom's pool, like, I hang out in that and I'll do that sort of thing. Or if there are people around and we're doing something, that's different. Like, you're making it seem like I don't like being in situations I don't like being in. That's not fun to me.
A lot of situations.
Like what? Being at a pool is the only thing that you got.
And just going outside during the day.
In the heat.
Many moments later.
I wasn't hot indoors.
I think he came out of his room just to go on the jet skis and just to go eat dinner.
We went to the jacuzzi.
Which you did not want to get in.
It was 115 degrees outside and plus the hot water.
So when he got off of the jet skis, he literally couldn't move, right? He was complaining. He couldn't walk. Like he literally,
really
like
could
I
not
had to
walk.
pop him some ibuprofen right away.
Oh, man, it was crazy.
He
It was
couldn't
crazy.
walk. He's complaining about how sore he is. So I'm like, there's the kid pool and then the adult pool. The adult pool has a jacuzzi. Let's go to the jacuzzi. You know, put Ariana to bed or whatever. Have her chilling out in the hotel. Let's go to the jacuzzi. Tell me why he's always sticking his feet in.
Okay, now to you guys, who wants to go to jacuzzi when it's over 100 degrees
It's
outside?
nighttime. It's only 97
Who wants to go to
degrees.
jacuzzi
Only
when it's
97
over?
degrees.
It was over 100 degrees outside. The hot water was hotter. Like
Because
I think
you have to outweigh like your pain. I don't want to hear you complain the next day. Oh, can you give me a massage? You gotta rub my feet. You gotta rub my neck. Like go in the jacuzzi and it's gonna relax you. Like it's gonna do more than what I'm capable of doing. More than what ibuprofen can do. It's the fix.
girls just
The
like
heat?
hot water. Like we're not
There
made
was
the
other
same.
people in there. There was
There
a
was a
man.
guy that got in there and got
Yeah.
right out.
No, no.
He sat in. Yeah,
they
he
were
sat
there
in there for a
for
couple
5 minutes.
Yeah,
They were
for
there
5
for
minutes.
5 minutes when I was trying to coach you.
5 minutes.
into
He
coming
got
in.
out. They all got out because it was so hot. And nobody else got in there. Everybody else put their feet in there, and they're like, "Oh, this is ridiculous. It's hot."
They weren't in pain, were they?
Ooh, that has nothing to do with
Yeah, it
it.
does. Like, if you're in pain, like you go in there to relax your muscles. Do you think like sports people, like when they want to go into a tub full of ice?
Many moments later.
Yeah, that had to been like, that was soup. That wasn't a jacuzzi.
Oh, it was
soup.
hot, but it felt good. I couldn't even stay in there for long.
Miss taking hot showers over here. It's
Okay, let's talk
ridiculous.
about food now. Let's talk about food. No.
Okay.
About food. So we went out there and 2 of my coworkers recommended this Mexican place out there. And I don't know if I'm becoming like food bougie, you know, trying to be this
You're
like
welcome.
Yelper, critic, you
Some
know.
had to go to actual real places. You're used to.
Yeah.
Would you go Outback and Olive
yeah.
Garden? It's your guys' fine dining.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you never
So
expected.
yeah, it was Guy Fieri's restaurant called Burro something. It was like goat something. Borracha something. And so yeah, 2 of my coworkers says, "Oh my god, you gotta try this place. It's really good. Make sure you make reservations because it's always busy." So we made reservations, and I don't know, it was like a dud. It was a dud to me.
So when you get there's certain foods like Mexican, like I need it to be authentic.
Yeah.
I need it to be like Cali.
And I thought it would have been not authentic, but the fact that it's Guy Fieri, I mean,
That's just to me. You hear that, and when I hear like names, I think of like McDonald's. You know, like these. I've grown to appreciate hole in wall places.
Yeah.
Like where I've never
mom
heard
and
of.
pops. Really,
Yeah.
like, legitimately.
Those are the places that have really
Yeah.
good food.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I'm learning.
yeah. So it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't.
But again, I don't know if it's because like I had high expectations because 2 people said, "Oh my god, it's really good," or just because I expect more
People
because.
that sent it to, did they really?
Well, one of them, yeah. The other one, okay. But yeah, and then again, like, and I guess I had that expectation, like, oh, it's, you know, Guy Fieri, or if it's a known place, like, I'd expect for it to be like good quality. And then it like makes me upset that like they just overprice things because of the name. And it's like, I'm not gonna pay X, Y, and Z for no like nachos, you know? Like, but I
just
did pay
because
X, Y, and Z for
you
nachos.
did.
Which came in a can, and then they push, like it comes in a
I don't
can,
understand it.
and then they bring it out to you, and she gets a spoon, and then she's like pushing it down, and she's struggling. She started like, I'm like, why are you doing this? Like, it's embarrassing. Like, you're struggling to put food on a plate. Like, just bring it out on a plate. I don't get it. So she's like pushing the spoon to like put the nachos on my plate.
Yeah.
So I don't
It's
know.
like it's called trash can nachos, and it's hole in the top, a hole in the bottom. Nachos
Trash can, yeah.
pushes it through. But it's just metal.
Yeah.
I don't know what the.
Did it mix the cheese?
I don't get it.
And it was cheesy, but even the cheese just didn't. It was bland. The cheese didn't have no flavor to it. And then we were trying to find a place for like, we were craving breakfast at some point, and there's this place called Bumbleberry Bumbleberry something. Yeah. And I'm like, it reminds me of like a Blueberry Hill type of place. So we go there. It's like in this small little casino. It's funny. It reminds me of like the 80s,
Is that the Harrows? Is that the one?
No, it was in between. It was between the Harrows and something else. It was just this Pioneer. And so we order our food. Well, again, we were bummed because breakfast was only served until 3.
That's the.
Had to drink my coffee with my sandwich. But yeah, he got ribs. I got a sandwich, fried green, a BLT with fried green tomatoes.
Which she's never had before.
I never had fried green tomatoes.
What'd you think?
It was good. I actually like it.
Fried green tomatoes are good. I don't know why we don't have more places that have that.
It's a good.
It's like a southern.
Because of the green tomato is like, it reminds me of like a hardened, not ripe. Is that what it is? Is it a not ripe tomato?
Sure. Sure. Not ripe tomato.
So it had more firmness to it and the flavor, anyways. Yeah. So it was good.
Yeah.
Ariana got the fettuccine, which was good.
Yeah.
You can never know with fettuccine. It's always like a hit or miss.
Yeah.
And then him over here, of course, he's the meat guy. So he asked the guy, he's like, "How's your ribs?" And the guy explained to you, and he's like, it's my favorite thing on the menu. But what did he say?
He said that
Because it's mass produced or whatever. He's like, don't let that throw you off that it's mass produced. It's still, it's not fall off the bone, but it's still good. So with him, I'll take the full rack.
I mean, normally places you go to
Literally.
Applebee's and it's like
the full rack is
rack's like this big and the ribs are like this big, but this was like actual ribs.
Yeah.
It was like real ribs.
Yeah.
With meat,
And did he
that was
share
on the
with me?
bone, and then
Did
they
he
cut it in
share
half
with
and they
me?
put it on top of it. Yeah, actually, I did. You ate out of everybody's plate,
I did.
but it was good.
Yeah.
It was actually-
green beans. Yeah.
good.
And it was like a good size.
Yeah, Riverview.
Riverview.
There's everything in there, bowling, movie theater, ice
Laser
cream,
tag.
laser tag, like
Car show.
yeah, which
That was pretty cool.
The car show,
We went
show
there.
some stuff on that.
Random mark.
If we probably fun to go out there again when it's not so hot. Like go out there when it's like an 80 degree something. I'm sure fishing is amazing there. I've been there for the river regatta, which I don't think they do that anymore, but you pretty much just get in inner tubes and you just float down the whole river where we had jet skis. But yeah, ultimately we all need a vacation. We all need to relax. Be sure it's really easy to get caught up in the I just need to get this next thing, just need to get to this next place, then your life goes by and all you did is work. Like, take time to relax. That's all I'm saying. But that's all the time we have for just for today. Leave us a comment below. Let me know where is a fun place that you've gone on vacation. We got every year we try to do at least something, so I want to plan a next trip someplace. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do all the things. Most importantly, though, remember to keep coming back.
Stay clean.
Bye. Test. What?
There's like way too many gnats.
No, what'd you say?
There's way too many of them.
Where?
Everywhere.
I don't see one that. You're tripping. Maybe it's your heart rate.
No, only at 100.
Only at 100? It's your heart rate.
And I'm seeing gnats?
Yeah, you're seeing spots. When your heart rate's up, you'll see spots.
Move the camera.
Oh, yeah, the camera.
Oh, what was that?
Gnats.
At all times, we're working to please him.
To please him. But that's not what I'm saying, though. You're getting... Pleasing him is... You saw that, right?
Yeah, I did. I see them everywhere.
Or building a church 24/7.
That maybe in Bible study, maybe I pay different attention than you do.
No, you just interpret things differently.
Pastor said, like, you know, you don't clock in and clock out.
Yeah, you're always on.
Yeah.
There's a there's a difference between being on and working.
So,
Yeah.
but it was fresh. It did seem like they just killed the deer. What's beef jerky? It said deer. Beef.
Oh man.
No, just because I think my uncle made deer jerky before.
There's different types of jerky.
Okay.
Beef jerky, however, is
Beef.
yeah.
Got it.
That's all I have. You have anything else?
No.